All right.
Good morning, Graybeard followers. Welcome to Graybeards. You got Ernest, and you got my good, let me go back to my stage name. You got Bug with my good buddy, Wayne. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in. We're about to start another episode of Graybeards. I see my man Wayne is traveling. Like he's in his vehicle coming from somewhere. It just totally took me by surprise. I didn't even know he was going anywhere. So he put me under the gun, fourth quarter,
Got to keep you on your toes.
fourth down, 25 yards to go,
Yep.
6 points behind, perform. Here we go.
Yep. Good morning, everybody. It's Wayne. Hope everybody's had a great weekend. I spent it up. I'm on my way back to South Carolina from Pennsylvania. Kind of,
Ah,
kind of did a no notice, if you will, wellness check on my father. His birthday's coming up, and it was Father's Day. I just felt I needed to go see him. I hadn't seen him in quite some time. I talk to him on a regular basis, but I hadn't seen him for a while. So
gotcha. That's what's
I'm
up.
in the remote office and the cruising in the Chevy Cruze. I did a drive time earlier. See how that turned out, but
Yeah.
I'm riding. I got my dog somewhere back there. She's hiding.
You went by yourself? Yeah,
No,
other than your dog? Your wife went?
no, I had the company chauffeurs driving me.
Oh, the one that needs no introduction.
Yeah. So,
Everybody should know that Wayne got a company chauffeur. Okay, I'm tracking. Well,
when
I'm
they,
out here in space, as you can see.
yeah, you
Yeah,
are. I could change the background, but I figured that we'll make it a little interesting today.
definitely. So
Yeah,
yeah,
we had a
so
good
go ahead. I'm gonna let you do say what you got.
had a good weekend. It was all it seems like all we do is sit around, talk, and eat. I don't know if that's just a normal thing, family thing to do, but where do you want to go
Mhm.
eat? What do you want to, my
Yeah.
dad, he's very mobile anyway, so we're very limited on what he can do.
Hmm.
But we're the weather was great up here. I thought it rained a couple days. I think it rained, but not, you know, wasn't stupid hot. It wasn't like it was refreshing.
Yeah.
Warm.
Okay.
It was in the 70, like upper 70s, lower
Oh my
80s.
God.
Yeah,
In
no,
the
right.
daytime?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, shucks, man. It's been sweltering down here.
Now it's right now it's 73.
Wow. That's what's
It's
up, man.
73. Yeah, I mean it's kind of early in the morning, but not too bad.
Yeah.
But I thought we'd talk a little bit about the news today or
Yeah.
yesterday. We got yeah, kind of, I wasn't surprised that we as in the US did some airstrikes on Iran. I wasn't totally surprised.
Why not?
I
Why
am
wasn't you surprised? Why was it expected? Kind of expected.
for me, no, what I believe to, the current president, uh, President Trump, he don't he didn't want to wait around, right?
Hmm.
He told Iran to come to the table, let's talk this out, and they pretty much, give him the bird, right? He's like, I ain't playing, He's that kind of
Yeah.
guy. I'm playing.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
way, highway, and good, bad, or indifferent, whatever. Obviously, the opposing side of the Democratic Party is going to be like warmonger. I mean, what are they? You know, they obviously are not going to be on board with those actions. I get it. You know,
Well, publicly they're not going to be on board, but I think behind the scenes they're with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, publicly, we denounced this move. It was a very aggressive and unnecessary type of action, but behind the scenes, well played, Mr. President. That's crazy. you've just saved the whole nation from its
Oh, they're,
destruction. World War III.
the military, war complexes, they're all smiles,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh
they're
yeah.
like, they're frothing at the mouth going, oh yeah, military contracts coming, you know.
Dude, I can't. Okay. Amen. I'm just gonna simplify it. Yeah. Somehow war equates to money. And then I don't know how far we're going with this thing, but I've heard the term regime change out there.
Yeah.
So what regime change means, probably a regime that's going to be more friendly to the United States and its allies, which means rights to certain resources, which mean uh, wealth and health for America. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So
Yeah.
that's just me now. Been dubbed a certain way. I'm always looking outside the box instead of staying in the box. But yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how that thing ends, man. Now that we're involved, I don't the thing that concerned me is the 500. Now let me stop exaggerating. The thousands of mugs that came across the border, okay, under the last presidency. How many of those bad boys was from where?
I mean, the
And
millions, not the
yeah,
thousands or the
I was
hundreds.
gonna say 500 million, but I was like, nah, that's you don't want anybody to panic. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So yeah, man. That concerns me. And what did they bring with them? What type of capabilities? I guess time is gonna tell. You know what I'm saying? I was talking with one of my friends last night about the situation, and he was like, "Yo," I said this. I was like, "Oh, we don't see a mushroom cloud somewhere within the continental United States."
You
Uh,
could. There's always that possibility, right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
especially when you let the people who are just coming in, right? Well, it's just so it might have been open borders. Just come on in, Hey, no
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah. We got people from all over the world and all likes, all walks of life come in,
Yeah.
and you know,
When you think about immigration to the U.S., it's in today's technological advancements, and they should be able to vet people and say, "Hey, Uncle Sam's going that we want you, but no, we don't want you."
of course,
It's like,
anytime you should choose who you want on your team. You know what I'm
you,
saying?
yeah,
So you can't just
you can't
borders
equate.
was established for a reason. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, when you look back, you can't equate, immigration in the United States 200 years ago or 100 years ago. We didn't know who was coming in. We were, they would come here for, a better life or what have you, but you didn't really have no way to vet them. You
True.
know, you know,
Hmm.
Jack the Ripper is here. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah, you can have your single criminals or whatever. I mean, nobody that could do significant damage to your nation back then. I mean, because the majority was going to swarm on that individual. But you could have a Jack the Ripper. He could cause terror for a certain city or town. But eventually, they would hunt that bad boy down, and justice would be served. Okay. But now these bad boys have the capability to cause mass destruction. With their technological advancements and weaponry and stuff like that. Yeah, they could do some things. It's a whole lot of a different world now. Of course, they would be brought to justice eventually, but yeah, they can do a lot of damage. You know what I'm saying? So time will tell, man. Yeah,
We
time will tell.
we don't know. We can never predict the future. We could plan for things, but there's no. you- You're not going to know everything, right?
Right.
No way to
That's
know
true.
everything, and uh, what everybody's planning, right?
Hmm. Yeah, you got to know, Iran has they got resources. Okay, one, they was working on this nuclear weapon. They got a military that's standing country. They got folks everywhere, Hamas, these different terrorist groups out there, you know, doing terrorist type things. So one can think that the probability of them having some of the operatives in America is pretty high. You know what I'm saying? So everybody need to become a sentry. That's my advice. Just be on the lookout for your neighbor. You see anything weird happening? That's pretty much has worked pretty well in this country. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
People, I think
definitely.
that's why we've been able to thwart a lot of things that's, you know, terrorist attempts because everybody is in everybody's business. That's just what we do. You know what I'm saying? We're trained to do that. Unwittingly, we trained to do exactly what we do. And it's been working. Hey man, I seen this guy driving a strange truck in my neighborhood or downtown. What delivery company drives a black truck with no lights on? You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know, Moses is like calling stuff in. And now I would imagine because of the news, that was out there. They're just watching, man. It's just what we do. We see something weird happening, we just tell, you know.
Uh,
Sometimes,
yeah,
many
everybody.
times we're wrong, but we still tell.
Well, it's the big neighborhood watch program, right? See
Yeah,
something, say something, right?
you're
And
right.
and unfortunately, I think a lot of people, and it can be good, but a lot of times it's too late. But they got their phone out and they're recording, right? Oh,
Hmm.
was I supposed to call the police?
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. You got those. You got those individuals that's like, yo, I don't want to be involved. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But you got a lot of mugs that's like, yo, yeah, you need to call the police. Matter of fact, I'm going to call the police. You know, if they don't call the police, they'll call their friend, and their friend will wake them up. Hey, man, you need to tell somebody this thing. You see that dude with a large silver object under a truck being pulled by a trailer? Yeah, you need to talk about that. So, so yeah, you know, us military, ex-military minded folks, man, you know, we're sentries out there. We're out there. You know what I'm saying? So, I feel like you know, we'll report these things. We're on a high alert. I'm surprised I haven't been hearing that on the news yet, but our nation is on high alert, man. It should be.
oh
Everybody
yeah.
should
I
be,
mean,
yeah, everybody should be on high alert right now.
can you imagine how they're in Israel right now? You know
Yeah,
how
them bad
easy
was
it,
in bunkers.
yeah, oh yeah. You know how easy it would be for them to sneak in a dirty bomb or and set it up. I don't think they will, just because of the Jerusalem, how important it is in the religious community, right?
Hmm.
Jerusalem is like a very coveted religious location, right?
Hmm.
By by Muslims and Christians, right?
Yeah, Muslims, Christians,
Yeah.
yeah, Jews, you know what I'm saying? That's a very, but if I'm about to get my 90 virgins, you know what I'm saying? I may have to do it in the name of whoever I have to do it in the name of, you know. But I wouldn't rule it out. You know what I'm saying? I still Israel know they need to watch out because the death throes of a dying beast can be deadly. You
Oh
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You know.
definitely.
Hmm.
Hey,
So yeah.
but yeah, I tell you, driving down here or driving up here or driving back and looking at the fuel prices, it's
Hmm.
ridiculous. It's
What you
like over
talking about?
for fuel, it's over
Yeah, give me.
4 a gallon up here.
Yeah, man, you coming from, I don't know what, Pennsylvania, red or blue, but I'm sure you're going through some blue areas. Yeah, they welcome those high prices. We need that. We need these higher prices and fuel and energy, stuff like that. Some people like you had
Uh,
millions that voted for that.
well, in Pennsylvania, they recently put a state tax on the fuel.
Hmm
And I get it because their roads, I mean, so many roads in this state in comparison to a lot of other states and the weather. And it costs them a lot of money to maintain and clean and clear these roads here. So I would rather them do that than raise your state income tax, you know.
hmm
At least you can control, have a little more control on what you're spending on gas. You know, maybe you're making one trip instead of five, you know, consolidating your trips. You
Yeah.
can control that. I know a lot of people, they don't think of that. They don't think that way. You
hmm
know, if I'm going, going to do my shopping, you know, whatever other gallivant they do, you know, it's one thing about Americans, we don't like to be inconvenienced, right? And
Yeah, that's right.
some people will look at that as an inconvenience.
Definitely.
Hey, what hat you
Well,
got up that hat?
that's just South Carolina hat. You know what I'm saying? Got the little military style colors in it. You know what I'm saying? Little.
I didn't see that's different. I'm glad to see you got something different than that old gray star hat, whatever that is.
I know, man. I know you bad boys. Hey, you know what? It's tis the season, right? We're getting there. Cowboys Super Bowl. Let me lead it off in
Oh yeah,
June.
I mean that's the thing about not to change off. I had to change that subject because we could sit and rant on about,
Yeah, we can rant about that a while.
but the it's never fails talk a little sport here about Cowboys and everybody their expectations and the same with my Steelers, right? They're all worried because they got some decrepit has been quarterback and Aaron Rodgers. You know, that's what I'm hearing. You know, everybody,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't pretend to know what Mike Tomlin, the head coach for the Steelers, is thinking. I
I
gotta
don't think
go.
it's him.
But you gotta go with it. The guy knows what he's doing for crying out loud. What is
Yeah,
it?
I mean,
15,
yeah.
6 consecutive winning seasons. I don't know if that's some kind of record, but
No, you got to get the 20. Dallas got that. But go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, that's a. I don't know. It's a winning.
Throw that in there. Has the Colts ever done that? Has the
I don't
Colts
know.
ever had it? What's the longest streak that the Colts have?
Yeah, I
4
don't.
winning seasons. Nah,
Two.
man, let me stop.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, but let's get back to real teams like Dallas and Pittsburgh. Let's do that. Let's talk about them. I mean, teams that has won multiple Super
Ones that are
Bowls.
typically relevant that so
Yeah,
whether AFC or NFC, I get that.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hold it down. The AFC, we got the NFC on the lock for the most part. You know,
Yeah,
it's a piss.
for you know, for a record, you know, Super Bowl wins,
Six
win,
Super Bowl wins.
you know.
Quite an accomplishment.
I just wish Dallas, I don't really, obviously, my how I feel about Dallas, but you have to respect the record, right? You have to.
Yeah, you got to, man. I mean, I know.
And
Uh,
to me, it's a rivalry, right? That's my rival, the Cowboys.
yeah,
And
we go all the way back to the dawn of the NFL. It's been those two teams.
yeah,
We
because
had the real you can't see it, man. I was out there just beating everybody in the Super Bowl, undefeated, 4 Super Bowls and stuff like that. Beat us a couple times in the Super Bowl. Oh, I hate that. But we finally got our revenge. We finally got one for the Gipper, as they say.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? We finally
All right.
did. Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
yeah, so
you know,
we're on the verge, man. We're on the verge of this, another exciting season,
how
another
many
year of trash talking.
how many times the Cowboys been there?
Shoot, 8 or 9 times.
Yeah,
I think it's 8 times Dallas lost 3. Dang, man. That reminds me, we lost one to the Colts. Our first Super Bowl appearance, we lost to the freaking Colts. You know, Well, they probably had Johnny Unitas or somebody like that.
That was a different Colts team. That was Baltimore Colts, right? Brandis Bell been Philadelphia,
Oh my
right?
God, that was dang. I didn't even see. That was a terrorist attack. Boy, that was a bullshit.
Yeah.
The same thing. Check, noted, filed. That caught me off guard, man. Dang. Look at you. Got some history. Impressive, man. You
Well,
don't really care.
you know, I'm kind of I'm excited for the football season because of the office banter that
Yeah.
we do our little football pool. Who's going to win what? I enjoy that.
Hmm.
I didn't do well last year.
Nah, I
And
mean,
then
but y'all had a
Cleveland,
winning season. I mean, that keeps the record alive. You got that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping that Cleveland does their part and stinks the grease up again. You know, I don't know. I think Cincinnati might do pretty well this year. Baltimore, the Ravens are going to be
I don't
they're
know,
going to be,
man.
I
Um,
think they were, I'm with you. They choke when they choke just as bad as my Steelers do when it matters.
I don't really classify your boys, and I ain't just trying to kiss up to the Steelers by any stretch of the imagination. I just try to call it like I see it, and I don't really see the Steelers choking. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like they had in my opinion, a subpar team that was great coaching helped them to get as far as they got. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really have all the weapons that they needed to win a championship. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they had the key pieces in place. Now, if you got the key pieces like Dallas, and you're still losing, now that's what you call it. And I'm not just going out on my boys, but yeah, man, Jerry Jones, you need to just manage or whatever you do, just own the team. How about that? Just be the proud owner and let the guys you're paying let them do the job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wayne, like he froze up for a minute, but yeah, but
But
so
it's you can't really see. I don't know if I can change, but we're getting down here in the. I don't know if I can change my camera.
no, I'll leave it like that, man. The scenery is great out your window. Okay, look
Okay,
at that. Good job.
we're getting
But
down
yeah,
here.
man,
Starts getting
clear.
hilly and not so good.
Hmm.
It's just what are you gonna do, right?
That's all right. It is what it is. But yeah, dang, I wouldn't mind seeing some mountain. It's been a long time since I've seen the mountain.
Yeah, we're getting to the
Hmm.
point where I don't know what my signal is because we're in the meeting, but
Hmm.
I'll switch it back. I have you in the. I'm a little picture in my. I'm on my little idiot phone here. You know.
Gotcha. Smartphone. Smart idiot phone. But yeah, that's what's up. But but yeah, man, you about to take another trip. You're gonna
Yep.
go down and come back up halfway. That's what's up.
And
Take
then
pictures.
weekend, I think the next weekend, my keep me straight person over here will
Chauffeur.
I ain't gonna call her my chauffeur, but right now she is.
Man, you know
We're-
I can do it the
I'll
footage
be
of this one.
yeah, I'll be in
I'm not gonna say
Virginia Beach next week for a work convention, and
that.
then I think the following weekend is it the following weekend? See, I'm getting the head nod.
Yeah. She's like, you better not turn that camera over
Yeah, she won't let me. She'll be like,
here.
nope.
Don't you do it. Hey, she just take the wheel and
My
just
phone
go.
out the window. It'll be that quick.
Now that would be hilarious.
Uh,
I would never stop laughing. I would get fired from my job. They're like, dude, you can't even talk. You
You
just
would
laugh.
you'll be recording, seeing my phone flying out onto the
I
fly
know, right?
behind.
Hey, you remember that thing used to come on Saturday Night Live, Mr. Bill? Can you remember Mr. Bill? And something bad would always happen to this cat. It'd be like, oh no, Mr. Bill. And a truck just run over this cat.
Yeah,
That would be your phone. Oh no, Mr. Bill. Okay, here's the 18 wheeler. He was like a gingerbread man or something like that. And bad stuff kept happening to this dude, man.
yeah.
Mr. Bill meet the scissors or something.
It was
It was
crazy whoever thought of that skit was that character. We'll do a, can you imagine her thinking about, let's do a little red clay gingerbread looking guy.
that is hilarious.
Yeah,
These kids don't know anything what we're talking about. We got about 10 minutes left. But
yeah, yeah,
but yeah, man, this is I tried to do this for like an hour and it was like, nah, bro, you only got 40 minutes of record time or
yeah.
whatever.
We end up losing a few minutes getting set up, and
Yeah, it's all good.
but
It's all good.
we're out here in the American dream on the highways and byways of the U.S. The truck drivers doing their thing, day in and
Hmm.
day out to bring us our goods and services. It's
Yeah, that's true. You need to be scrutinizing those trucks. Make sure they're who they say they are. Let's just go there. But
I think
not to frighten anybody. Hey, look, man, a truck driver's a truck. We bad was be calling in all kind of truck drivers. Hey, a truck driver. He can't. I just pulled at the gas station. I spoke to him, and he said, "I should cut about." And then, next thing you know,
it's crazy when you think about it that the amount of stuff that is moved on these highways and these trucks. I mean, it's crazy the number of trucks on the highway. And I mean, just when
it
we
was
were
crazy.
when we were coming down on Wednesday night, it was just lines of trucks.
Hmm.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, man. This is great American dream. You know what I'm saying? Started out with some cats coming over here on a boat, landing on Plymouth Rock,
It's
and then
amazing. We're
poof.
in such a short period of time, right?
Yeah,
100+ years, you almost
300 million mugs is here.
yeah,
In 250 years, 300 million
yeah.
plus. That's
Well,
crazy.
we just entered the Virginia. We are now in West Virginia, just crossed over.
Mountain Mama, take me home to the
With
place.
Mount,
It's not a rap song, y'all. It's a song.
yeah, I mean, if you ask me, that a lot of country music, even back in the day, was just they were just a different type of a rap, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, rap is a style of singing or whatever, just being a lyricist, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Making rhymes.
the lyrics were very um you're right, they were very understandable, they're very pronounced like rap is, a lot of the rappers.
Mhm.
It's more,
You know,
they're not really, hitting these high notes and singing.
yeah, that seems to be this auto tone thing is taking over the world and distortion. I notice a lot of music, whether it's rap or um, country, whatever it is. People kind of like that music you can barely understand. I shouldn't say you can't understand the music, but the lyrics is kind of like, they kind of like that stuff, man. I mean, I started out hating it. But then something happened. You did those switcheroo on me. I'm like, that sounds pretty good. And then
Sort of like,
I gotta Google what this bad boy said. What was he saying?
it's like when you do that when you do your imitation of the when you can't see their face, it's all blurred out.
Oh yeah. I had to get in the spirit of that thing, man. It's funny as heck. I saw it on some comedy show back in the day. Somebody was Saturday Night Live. And dude was like, "Hey, they could see me." You're like, "Can you make
Yeah,
it darker?" I mean, they had the light
they
on this
had their
dude.
yeah, they had their
That
face
was
blurred,
hilarious.
and then he moved,
Yeah, he
and
moved.
then you could see his face. He was
Yeah.
like, I was standing on the corner when I saw this, but you can't see my face.
I know, right? Yeah. So that's hilarious. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's
Dang.
unbelievable.
So
Man, you really see the mountain. You're really going through the mountains here now.
yeah, I can
Um,
tell because you got the auto tone going right now.
I can switch it around here real quick. Get you. You can see the mountain is, coming as we're coming down through
Yeah.
the mountainous area.
Man, it seems so
This is where,
tranquil out there.
oh yeah,
Dang.
it's beautiful.
Just
Uh,
traveling, man. That's great. I need to do that. I need to get my wife and my daughter and we just travel somewhere. Let's just go.
oh
There's nothing
yeah,
like it, man. Kids sleep in the back. And 9 times out of 10, everybody gonna be sleeping. Me, I'm gonna be driving, taking in the
yeah.
scenery.
I'm very fortunate. My wife likes to drive.
That's
She,
extremely fortunate. Bernadette will do it, but she's gonna preface that by I hate to drive. And then she'll get behind the wheel and drive.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes she'll do it, sometimes she'll do it, but I don't say nothing. You go
she
ahead,
likes
boy.
to driver, so
Yeah.
she's a better driver than I am. She's over here, the imitation brake is probably because she doesn't trust my driving. That's my fault.
And she don't trust your
Very,
driving. Shoot, you tell your
uh,
wife, well, she probably can hear me. I sleep like a baby when you drive. I don't ever care to work. Man, I think her husband can drive, man.
yeah. Well, that's the problem. She was, and it's where I go. It's kind of, I'm going to say it's my fault. We were driving back after we got the day after we got married. Then, granted, we didn't have a very restful night, not a lot of sleep, and
Hmm.
usually I don't have any trouble. And that was like the first time I ever fell asleep driving,
Oh, snap.
and
Yeah, hey,
I
I get
was
it. Hey,
how much time we
it
got?
was a traumatic experience. I get it.
How much time's left?
You got like 3 minutes.
Oh,
We
okay.
got 3 minutes.
I'll make it quick. Long story, we're about halfway through our trip. We were basically going to Niagara Falls for a honeymoon. Driving in a 82 Toyota pickup truck, 4-wheel drive short bed. So it's like,
Hmm.
and
Track.
the radio, usually I had the radio on, no problem. I had, something was keeping me entertained. Well, the radio quit working sometime around Chicago. And we had just got on weren't long on the interstate. All I remember is just kind of shifting in my seat. And next thing I know, my dad was behind us. He was coming back from the wedding and he's yelling at me on the CB radio I had in there because he could tell. And I just started drifting off the road. They didn't have the little rub strips like they do now.
Hmm.
And by the time I gained consciousness, I was heading for the ditch.
Oh,
And
oh.
I had the truck down in the ditch. Grass was kicking up on the side. You can see the grass flying because I'm trying to get her back up on the road without hitting the little reflector
Hmm.
markers. And poor Robin she was over there, she was catnapping. And after that, nothing happened, thankfully. Thank God my dad and I woke up in time, or it could have been really bad.
Yeah,
God was
thank God.
Dad and God was looking out for me or for us. And ever since then she was like she's a real nervous Nelly, you know.
You had
30,
a significant emotional event.
for 39 years when she's over here, she's all nervous about me driving, falling asleep. And she's
Exactly.
kind of,
Hey,
you
they,
okay?
they got a device, I think, for that'll let you know when the driver is going to sleep. So you might need
Yeah.
to hook you up with that.
Uh,
Oh, wait, he's going to sleep. He's
Yeah,
10%.
yeah, you're not gonna
Well, hey, we got like less than a minute left, so we better go ahead and sign off.
she gets
My
real
good
nervous. I
man
don't know why.
Wayne
It's
is
like
he's he's frozen. My man is well, you back. Welcome back. Hey,
back
well, we're gonna sign off, man. Hey, thanks for
have a
watching.
better one. But we had a
I'm, I'm gonna let my man Wayne close it out. Go ahead, Wayne, close it out. You got 30 seconds.
yep. Thanks for watching. Take care and God bless.
Y'all be good. See you next week.
See you next week.
All right. So, dang, if I could just